Welcome, everyone. My name is Mitchell, and I do sales and business development here at Agrimatics. I'd like to thank you for coming to a webinar for Libra Plant. I appreciate your interest in the product and taking some time to learn a bit about it, especially as planting season approaches. Some of you may be gearing up already and doing some prep work in the field. If you're anything like us, there's still a long thaw ahead of us. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'll walk you through a few quick slides of what the product is and how it may benefit your operations, followed by a quick demonstration of the product so you can kind of see it in action, what the user experience is like, and then we'll follow up with some Q&A. So we'll kind of go through our just a quick slide deck here. Libra Plant is a app-based input tracking system for planters, drills, tenders, and spreaders. The system comprises of three main components: our Libra Plant app, our Libra Plant hardware, and the web app, which would be accessed through a desktop computer. Going over some of the key benefits, the Libra Plant allows you to track seed and fertilizer throughout the entire planting process, from loading into the equipment to applying the product into the field. Provides real-time visibility into take weights and application rates, helping you avoid under or over applicating products, and in some cases, even identifying potential blockages during planting. You can keep a good track of what you have for on-hand inventory. This helps with planning and ensures that ensures that you have enough on hand for what you're planning. And it maintains accurate records of where products were applied and exactly how much was used in each field. The system is designed to be simple and operator controlled with a straightforward workflow that fits naturally into existing planting operations. We like our products to be easy to operate by anyone, whether they be younger, older, hired hands. The system overall is quick to learn and easy to use. And lastly, the data export is, I think, where we excel with a lot of our Libra products. The ease of getting the data off the tablet and being able to share that with agronomy, insurance, or just having it for basic record keeping. It's a really great benefit of our system. Libra Plant hardware is designed to be a simple upgrade and installs quickly without any major modifications typically. The system connects directly into the load cells that are already installed on the implement. So in many cases, you can start collecting weight data without adding any additional sensors or components, that kind of thing. If you don't have weigh bars or load cells on your equipment, we do work with distributors in Canada and the US that can get you set up with weigh bars and retrofit kits. You can get something set up, whether it be your seed tender, planter, so forth. The hardware includes two channels using 4-pin connectors, which allows you to track two different products at the same time. If your equipment had more than two containers, like if it did have a third, you can tie in an additional container into the system, through a junction box, but it would continue to only track two different product types. The system is powered by an internal battery, or you can option a 12-volt power cable. The system is designed to be durable and suitable for conditions that equipment would typically see during planting or field work. It mounts directly onto the implement, so it is self-contained. If you were switching tractors or anything else like that, you can just grab the tablet, jump into a different tractor, hook on, and you're good to go from there. So, yeah, the device does communicate with the tablet via Bluetooth. So all your planting data, loading data is transferred wirelessly to the Libra Plant app through Bluetooth. We are running an introductory price of $22.50 for this year. So that would include the hardware and the app, and we'll talk about that now. The Libra Plant app is available on both Android and iOS. So it works on smartphones, tablets. It's free to download from the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. The device works completely offline, or the app works completely offline, so an internet connection isn't required. However, the moment that you do hit Wi-Fi, or if you hotspot your phone or anything like that, It will automatically back up the data in sync up to our cloud, and that is included for free. The system does have two operating modes. Planter mode tracks both product loading and field application, allowing you to record how much product is loaded and how much is applied into the field. Tender mode, yeah, it's used when running a seed or fertilizer tender, and it logs fills from the tender into the planter. So there are two versions of the app. The free version allows sorry, of the web app rather. The free version allows your data to be backed up to the mobile app, sorry, from the mobile app to the web. Um, this ensures that data collected in the field is securely stored online. So if anything did ever happen to your device, whether it got broken or went missing or something like that, you can just replace that device, log in, and all your data can be recovered from the web. On the free version, you can view from the desktop, making it easier to review planting activity outside of the cab or off the tablet. But it does not enable any editing feature from the desktop. The Pro version is available for $99 per device annually. For customers that have LibraCart and they're running the Libra Harvest app with a subscription, this Pro version for Plant would be included in that same subscription. This does allow you to edit data from the desktop, and it also syncs across multiple devices or other multiple Pro devices. Integrations. We do offer an integration with JD Ops Center and CNH Field Ops, as well as Pipe Ag, sorry. So yeah, we can pull in your grower farm field details. It makes setting up the app a lot easier and just kind of managing things overall. So we will move over into a quick demonstration of the app itself. Here we go. So for the sake of this demo, we will be using a planter. Um, and I'm going to do my best to use this mouse so it's easier for you guys to follow along, but there is a little bit of a delay for me. So I'm going to do my best here. Okay, so this is the main screen that you typically see or have displayed in the cab. The large number indicates the gross weight on the equipment, and the two smaller numbers down here are showing the weight of the individual tanks or channels. You can see our options in the middle here, tear, clear, load, and save. Just beneath it is our source. We have lentils selected right now, and this number to the right of it is the total amount of remaining inventory we have of this product. Below, we have our Deere 1775 selected, and its two containers are left and right. And then below it, we have our south lentil field selected. Quickly talk about these tabs here. Sources is where you'd view all of your current product, everything from, well, whatever you're putting in for an input, so fertilizer, seed, manure, what have you. We can click in and we can see our current remaining inventory of everything that we have loaded in. Equipment, this is where we would, add, edit, manage our different pieces of equipment, as well as our fields. We'll come back to these tabs shortly. Okay, so let's walk through loading and applying product. So we'll load two different products in two different hoppers in this case. So we'll start with the seed. We have our lentils selected. We'll stick with that. And all I have to do is select load. And I want those in my left container. So as we're loading, I guess something to mention, we do have remote capabilities, so you can join a secondary device. So let's pretend it's your phone. You can have that on you. So you can have that on the ground while you're filling and see the exact amount that is being loaded into that container. I'll also mention that we are compatible with an external scoreboard, just for extra visibility. It's perfect for making sure you're putting the exact amount needed in if you're just wanting to finish up a field. It can help plan efficient stops. You're not carrying more around than you have to, burning extra fuel, that kind of thing. So Okay, so we'll save this transaction and we will want to let's load up some fertilizer to go with our lentils. So I've switched over to fertilizer. I want that in my right tank. And we'll quickly bring that up. Okay, great. Save that. So this part of the workflow will be changing a little bit. In the middle area here, there will be a green button that says apply. And so when that is pushed, you'll see it jump into a mode like this. So now our large number is climbing. It's indicating the weight that is being applied down to the field. The left and right smaller numbers below in the middle there, that's the remaining weight in each tank. And I'll kind of stop here for a sec and show you just kind of a quick access to a running rate calculator. It's clicked there. So the system knows the applied weight that's been saved so far for this field. It knows what we're doing in progress right now. And you can just click and drag this guy of how many acres you've completed so far. And then that'll give you running rate. So let's finish up this transaction, or sorry, this application rather. Okay, so it will stay in applying mode until you select save. Planting transactions have been saved to the south lentil field. I'll quickly mention, just kind of as we're going through this, there is a tender mode, and that can be switched over here. Let's go done. And as mentioned before, the tender mode fills from the tender into the planter. Okay, so let's go back and review some of these tabs that I was talking about before, and we can see some of the different transactions that we've done as well as the ones that we just did. I think our lentils were in our bulk bags. We can click in here. Oh, right. So what this is showing here, all of the all the applications, I guess, out of the planter, or sorry, from our inventory, and the incoming. So you can see on March 10th, I bought 50,000 pounds worth, and then these are all of the, I'll call them transactions that we've completed removing out of that inventory source. Over into equipment, let's go to the planter that we were using. Containers here, this is just showing the current weight on in both containers. Incoming, these would be our fills. It's telling us how much was filled into what container. And if I go down to the bottom here, these are showing the application. So what container applied into what field and the weight. Viewing into our fields, lentils. Okay, great. This is just listing all of the transactions that have been completed for that field. Okay. Now, so we have all this data and that's great. We now want to get it off of the tablet. That is quick and easy. If I go over to the More area, select Export, Export Transactions, it'll quickly generate a CSV into an email so you can plug in, send this off to whoever needs it or whoever needs to view it. So it's quick and easy. It's not a multi-step process or anything like that, working with different types of platforms. It's just quick and easy. Okay, awesome. While I'm back in this tab, another neat feature that we have that is new for this year, as well as in Harvest, for those of you who are using LibreCart and Harvest, but this is live weights. So live weights shows the current product weight on any number of pieces of equipment. So you can see I have John, he would be running a different planter. He's got a case it looks like he's running. But you can see how much is on any planter at any time from anywhere. So this can be helpful for planting your stops and refills, managing other people on the team you're working with, or if you're back at the yard and you're the one who's organizing movement of product. This feature gives you some really great real-time insight into what's happening and it can help support making decisions. Something else that you can do, like let's say you got someone set up in the planter, you have everything set as you want it, but you just kind of wanted to double check that they have the app set correctly. You can view their current source, what equipment they're using, what field it's going in, that kind of thing, and you can actually adjust these. So you can remotely control the Libra Plant system from other devices. Okay, let's quickly just review devices tab. In here, this is where you'd view details and information on your hardware. This is where you do calibration adjustments, that sort of stuff. Settings, this is where you would pair and disconnect or like change your planter and tender mode for the Libra plant. Settings you can kind of adjust between your different units of measurement. We do have a dark mode, which is kind of nice if you're operating in a dark environment. You don't have a bright screen in your face. And I was talking about primary and remote, so having cell phones or other devices tied into the system. This is where you would adjust for that. We'll talk quickly about cloud. This is where you view your account details. Something that's fairly new for us is access codes. For those of you who've dealt with LibraCart and Harvest in the past, getting people joined on and stuff typically needed to be done from the web app. This can now be done in the app, so you do have some limited account management through the app now, which is pretty great. Okay, so that kind of about wraps up just a quick demo on how the app works. We'll quickly review our web app. All right. So when you log in, this is where you would land. This is just kind of a brief overview of what your total product that has been planted out. You can view all of your transactions. So this is telling you weight, product, for where it came from and what field it was planted into. Sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of something here. There we go. You can also edit on the Pro version anyway. Basic, you can view this. So unpaid, you can come in here, you can view your transactions, but what you can't do is all of the editing. So I can log in, or sorry, I can click into any of these. I can manage, inventory. I can make adjustments to different inventory transactions. I can manage all of my equipment, fields, products, and so forth. So it is nice to be able to do some reviewing and do some editing outside of the app and just from the comfort of working through a desktop. What you can also do is view live weights from the web app as well. Okay, so that kind of wraps up a bit of the working through our slide deck, a quick demo. So I'd like to open up an opportunity for some Q&A. Um, let's see. I will do my best to answer. Um, let's see here. Regarding the JD Operations Center integration, does the data flow both ways? Specifically, can the application data recorded by Libra Plant be sent back into Operations Center so that the total input amounts are captured there and available for data analysis, including use in harvest profit? Um, So at this time, we only pull from JD Ops and CNH Field Ops. We do not push any data back into either of those platforms. Maybe sometime in the future, but at this time, we only it's a one-way integration. I see someone had the same question for a CNH, so I just answered that. You mentioned that you can already connect three tanks to the software. Are you planning on adding capability to have a third tank showing up on the screen for all tanks to be tracked? Um, so it's having additional weight channels showing up in the app is definitely something that we've been looking at. I can't make any promises as to um, when that would be released or if it's something that we are definitely going to be bringing to the Libra Plant app. But there's been some demand for that, and it's absolutely something that we are exploring. Is the Libra plant accurate enough to track low rates such as canola planting at 2 to 3 pounds an acre? Um, so I'm unsure of that one. I'm gonna take your name down and I will reach back out to you. Actually, I do have someone with me, full transparency. Um, I am with Tina. She leads our product here at Agromatics, and she's going to field this question.
Yeah, so the question is Libra plant accurate enough to track low rates such as canola planting at 2 to 3 pounds an acre? The challenge with the 2 to 3 pounds with canola and low volume rates like that is that the uh, movement as you go through the field is going to be probably more than 2 to 3 pounds an acre. So you will be, if you are trying to track it on a full field basis, you may be able to get a decent amount of accuracy, but it's gonna struggle on small on smaller fields. You'd have to look at it on a much larger field basis, because if you're doing 160 acre field, for example, at 3 pounds would be 500 pounds. So certainly we can track like a 500 pound. You are going to see a little bit less accuracy over that 500 pounds over a full field than you would necessarily see that 500 pounds at planting larger crops such as corn. But certainly it like over a full field, it would be able to do it.
So hopefully that answered your question. I'll make a note to follow up with you. Thank you, Tina. Okay, any other questions on Libra Plant hardware, the app, um, anything on web app? Okay, so I'm going to leave this information up for the next 5 minutes or so. You can contact us at agromatics.com. Our email address to reach out to us is there, as well as our support line. Feel free to give us a call for any questions anytime, whether it just be Libra products overall or specific to plant. If you want to reach out to me directly, mitchell.dunn@agromatics.com. Thank you for taking the time to join us for just a quick webinar and just a quick walkthrough of Libra Plant and how it works. I wish everyone out there the best coming up for this season overall, but especially for the planting season. So thank you again. Have a great day and appreciate your time.